good morning, good morning, city of Tucson, county of Pima, state of Arizona. We are in the building. We are back, and you know what time it is. It is the Fresh Start Show, and we are back again another Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Want to give an apology if you tried to reach and listen in on last Saturday and you got some dead space. We apologize for the technical difficulties for all of our faithful listeners. But we're back and we're ready to go. We got Tom Cortez in the building. We got William in the house. And we have a special guest today. But real quick, we just wanted to say, get that coffee, get that mocha latte, get that bagel, get that donut, Apple Jacks, cream of wheat, oatmeal, whatever you like. It's going down this morning on the Fresh Start Show with Dr. Holt. Listen,
you don't need none of those.
we are excited again for another Saturday morning. So much stuff been going on. But you ought to be grateful today because you were blessed to wake up this morning. You got a whole new day and you got a whole fresh 24 hours to get it together. And so we are thankful. We believe here at our mission that where we believe that everyone deserves a new beginning. It's time for a whole new fresh start. For we know that mistakes should never be a life lesson, a life sentence, but a life lesson. And that's what we believe here to help our formerly incarcerated brothers and sisters who are in the penitentiary at this moment. We got some listeners that listen in every Saturday morning. Wanted to give a shout out to Frederick. You always sending us letters, always messaging us, always giving us feedback, telling us if we sound sleepy or energetic. We just thank you. You keep us on point and you keep us ready to go. So when I get to this mic, I think about what kind of letter Frederick is going to write. So I better make sure I'm all right. But we are back. Just got back from Kansas. Just had a great opportunity for the superintendent of the Kansas State Penitentiary to bring my trauma resilient framework into prisons. 8 weeks to build trauma resiliency. We're looking to hopefully get this to be a national model, starting with Kansas State and then taking it all over the U.S., getting wardens and getting superintendents of penitentiaries throughout our nation to build trauma resilience. Let me tell you, I was really blessed, and it was a remarkable experience.
Absolutely.
I went inside the prison, had to give them my ID, had to go through my security check, had to go through different layers of the prison, and we had probably a few hundred inmates that I had the pleasure speaking to about trauma. Extremely receptive. And you can't judge how people look on the outside. You just can't do it because you would be shocked every time. These brothers look mean and mad, but these guys were some teddy bears. I mean, just some good.
Come on, don't
brothers.
be telling the secrets.
I just got to give the compliment because a lot of people think that because you made some bad choices in life, they think the worst of people being in prison, like you're some dead souls and you're some animals. And I met some of the most brilliant brothers in the pen, very intelligent, just made a few mistakes, never dealt with their trauma, got caught up, and doing some time, but still human beings, great human beings. They're fathers. They love their children. They talked about missing their families. They talked about their game plan on coming out. So I was just able to just talk about their pain and talk about their brokenness. And a lot of them said, I appreciate you seeing me. I really appreciate you saw me pass the prison number, right? You saw past the conviction. If you go and look at my rap sheet, but you saw me. And so it was very powerful coming back. And it's amazing how my work aligns with the Fresh Start work that we're doing, getting it into the penitentiary. But yeah, very receptive. Had a few brothers that looked all hard, but by the time I got to talking to them, they're like, "Oh, this dude understand what he talking. He understand us,
absolutely,
and understand, and didn't talk over them, didn't talk at them, talk to them, Didn't get so scientific in my work and using so many clinical terms and terminologies and DSM terms, but just talking to them, and
Absolutely.
it was very powerful. So they most definitely, the superintendent of the prison said, after listening to me and how he said you reached them, and he said in like 5 minutes. He said they was all standing up,
Oh
clapping,
my
and,
goodness,
and
that's
it was just
beautiful.
powerful. It was a powerful moment, very receptive. And a lot of times because people are in prison and because they have a felony record, we just throw them away. We don't care about their mental health. We don't care about them having psychiatric disorders and mood disorders and all the different things that they may struggle with. And in my work, my job is to treat the brain to keep it healthy so that they can have a turnaround life. You can't have a changed life with an injured brain and a brain that's so rewired from their trauma and unresolved trauma, that they are experiencing what they're experiencing. So to see that they was receptive of it and see the wardens like, oh heck yeah, we got to figure this thing out to get the curriculum and get into the prisons was very encouraging to me. So just wanted to give y'all a report, and y'all be like, "Where's this guy is at? What state is he in this time?" But just want to come back and give some resounding, impactful report of being out into the field. That what's going on. Truly, God is so smart and so brilliant, way smarter than me. And I never thought I'd be going inside prisons doing this. I was thinking of Fresh Start when people come out. But then as the trauma doctor, I go in and start looking at how to bring healing to individuals. And when we're dealing with uh, around 70 to 80% of American populations have experienced at least one traumatic event. 1 out of 4 children have had some type of childhood trauma, and 80% to 90% of people with addictive behavior of addictions have a lot of unresolved childhood trauma. There's a lot of trauma out there, and that's my thing. And so, you always hear me say, if we don't heal from our trauma, you're gonna bleed on people that didn't cut you, and it's time for us to stop hemorrhaging on each other. And that was some of the messaging I was saying there in Kansas prison. Was it was time for the brothers to stop hemorrhaging on each other. That really resonated. It was
Hmm.
like a wow factor when they heard that, and say, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to sew up these wounds so I don't bleed on my family when I come out. I don't bleed on my community when I come out, right? And I told them, I said, hey, because I said, I know y'all know me on my trauma side as, in my profession, but I have a nonprofit too called Fresh Start, and I work with formerly incarcerated individuals. I said the two big barriers are employment and housing. So you're going to get some no's, but that's that resilience, right? Because resilience is saying I'm not going to let no or rejection stop me from
About that.
moving towards my dreams. And so it was very powerful. So I just want to give you that report. Listen, we got a great guest in the building. We got Tom Cortez, our co-host, is in the building. We got co-host. I'll put Coco on yours because
Yes, sir.
you're the
Yes, sir.
co to the co. William is in the building, and we're thankful for what these brothers are doing and what we've been able to do in our city and our community. Because of Fresh Start, I believe we have a safer community. I
Absolutely.
do believe that because of Fresh Start, we are impacting recidivism. We are impacting mindsets that people do not want to go back to prison because we are dealing with some tangible things that's a big issue, right? So we're more than reentry. I always had a vision that we were more than reentry.
My
We don't
man.
just give people jobs, and nothing wrong with that. You do need a job, right? But if we don't deal with the felony, if we don't deal with your background, if we don't help you to get those expungements in your past, employment and housing is always going to be an issue, and that's what kind of makes Fresh Start a little different from our brothers and sisters who's in the field. But listen, I'm gonna let Tom introduce our special guest, and I'm excited to have her in the building.
First, I'm going to say every pipeline that we run across and run through has junctions, connectors,
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and they're either good or bad,
yeah,
right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is one of those things where at this junction in that pipeline,
Yeah.
coming out of prison, having the trauma resilience training before they get here.
Yeah.
That's incredible, bro.
It's
That's what
huge.
we've been looking for. I mean, we got thrown out of the Arizona State Prison.
Yeah.
Now we're in Kansas.
Yeah.
They're going to have to let us in.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and this is going to save lives. This is going to change lives. I sent you a thing earlier about trauma being the truth, and the truth will
Yeah,
set
I
you
saw that.
free.
Yeah,
The trauma, when you recognize the trauma, it will set you
It
free.
will set you free.
Whether you're in a cage and in a box, it doesn't matter. It's going to set you free when you recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and one of the people in this community who's working a lot with people who have issues moving forward is Perception Counseling. And we have partnered with Perception over the years, and they've come to all of our events. And Deborah Lother Hayes is the head over there, and she has a program that she's been putting together that she wants to put forth that's going to help people move forward into a flourishing future if they take this serious and they lay down all of the masks and just open up and walk that route. And come on, Deborah, bring it in.
All right. Thank you. It's really good to be here. And I'm here today not just as a counseling psychologist, but as a business owner and someone who's walked alongside individuals through some of their most difficult chapters of their lives for the last 15 years. And Perception Counseling has provided treatment therapy for those navigating in the criminal justice system, which I love. It's my passion. It's we work with DUI, substance abuse, intensive outpatient treatment therapy, courts, probation officers, families, to help people rebuild. So now I'm taking everything over the last 15 years, my savings, my everything, my time, to my heart, my soul, pouring it into Safe Harbor. And this is more than just a program, it's a movement, as you guys were saying. I was just feeling that movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a sanctuary. Safe Harbor is a sanctuary. So what it is it's a structured, sober, and supportive environment for individuals re-entering into the society. So we had a chance in operating for 6 months, and everybody as a team. We had Fresh Start, we had all the ministries, and it was amazing to watch these men grow. They came out, they're like sponges, they soak everything up. What can I do? Where do I go? We had college certificates for them, not just learn a job, but to get in school, whatever their passion was. And part of my degree over the last 15 years is to find out what is the best, not just a job, but what do they do well? What is their passion?
Yeah, you gotta talk more into the mic.
Oh, I do. Okay. All right. Oops. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. I knew something was up over there. I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm like, are we okay? Anyway.
What are some of the probably top 3 things as far as mental illness or mental conditions that you're seeing that's impacting incarcerated populations?
I would say, of course, the substances. I think the intensive outpatient treatment, as long as it's done well and it's done right, we have evidence-based modeling. That's one of the things that we're getting ready to do. So we're getting ready to create a new program on the opiate, fentanyl, methamphetamine, tranquilizer programming. We have programs that are there, but what we're going to be doing is recreating that program. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, but we want to bring in the newness of what we're doing now. So I would say the intensive outpatient treatment, the trauma is number one, of course.
Yes.
A lot of these incidents and arrests, They had masked with the substances, went out on a limb that they didn't even realize they were doing because, like you said earlier, the trauma had taken them. You know, they didn't really even understand what was going on for them. And once they understand what they're doing and how the trauma has affected them, it changes their life.
Yeah.
Their lives are changed. Let's see, what would the third thing? And then coming out, I would say, for mental health, you know, they need a place to live. They need somewhere to stabilize, and it has to be the right conditions. You can't just say, oh, let's just get some houses and put some people in it.
No.
It's not like that.
That's right.
It's about, you know, all the stakeholders coming together as a team, knowing what to do, when to do, how to do. And we're getting ready also to write on that, to write the theory of how that works, to make sure that we follow through with all the finer details that matter.
This is going to be a residential program or all intensive out?
Yes, a residential program, and where they have a place to live. They go to outpatient treatment. Eventually, I'd like to be able to, it's Safe Harbor is the name of what we're doing. And eventually, I'd like Safe Harbor for them to be able to come in and do everything there. But temporarily, for the meantime, we're getting ready to pilot Safe Harbor home. And then they'll go out to outpatient treatment. So they get out in the community, get their mental health treatment, substance abuse, life skills and vocational training, spiritual and emotional healing. So important. You know, long ago it was the mind, body, and soul. And those are the three things it takes to recover. Those three things, because if one is missing, your mental is missing, you know, you're pulling from spiritual and your body. If your body is, you know, you've got something going on there, you're going to pull from mental and spirit, and vice versa. So if one of those things are out of balance, the other two are going to try to overpower that. So we need to be approaching all three, the mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, we've actually talked about the grief and the trauma being separate and have to be dealt with separately, even though you're feeling them at the same time, but you have to separate them in order to move forward. And Dr. came on and spoke about
Dr.
that.
Tigney, yeah.
Tigney, man, he was incredible.
He's a grief specialist. It's funny you brought that up because I brought that up at my presentation at Kansas State Penitentiary on yesterday. And I started out by saying how many, and it was about 200. So I said, I need you to just do this 30-second exercise. I said, how many of you guys have been exposed to violence that you've witnessed?
Almost like the
70%
Right.
stood up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my
Almost
daughter
like
was like, oh,
Absolutely.
man. I said, how many of you guys come from a home of poverty? Probably took almost a whole
Absolutely.
room. And then I talk about how many of you guys have suffered from grief because of not just because someone passed away, but because you have a major loss or a major change in your life. And I had the whole room by 3 questions.
Yeah.
It was powerful.
Absolutely.
Just saying, and I
Yeah.
said, now look around. You're not alone. There's
That's
a
right.
community.
Yeah,
Right.
that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was powerful.
Yeah, that is.
So grief most definitely is.
So, Dr. Holt, I have a question for Ms. Future Dr.
Yes.
Dr.
Deb
Deb.
right here. What are the 2 things that the guys can look forward to as far as where is this located at? And will this be a long-term thing or just
Okay, that's a 2-part answer. So when they come out, they will do 90 days to 6 months at Safe Harbor. And then our next project that we're getting ready to pilot will be Bridging Futures. And so Bridging Futures will be a more permanent place to live. And so we're working on both of those projects at the same time. So, yeah.
and the location?
The location will be at North Tucson.
Okay.
Yeah, where people will come and live together, and do their outpatient treatment, community resources that they need. We, you know, with all the stakeholders that we're working
Get
with
Fresh
right
Start.
now. Fresh Start.
Get
yeah.
Fresh Start to work on all their stuff.
Absolutely.
Fresh Start.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to mention also, Christian Faith Fellowship is getting ready to partnership with Alongside Ministries and bringing that to Tucson.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
so
excellent.
excited.
That's excellent.
Pastor Dave Dahlberg is going to be working with Alongside Ministries. I'm just so excited about that. I've had the opportunity to work with a couple of the men that graduated from that program, and it's amazing. It's an amazing program. So there we have the three-way
Absolutely.
mind, body, spirit. It's so exciting. But we can't do it alone.
Hmm.
We need, I've invested everything I have in this, and, but now I need the community to invest too.
Yeah.
We need funding.
How do they get a hold of you? How do they do that?
How they get a hold of me? I don't even ask me that last time. So, what would be the best way?
Email.
You got
Email.
email, website.
Okay.
People can
Email.
come
Give
see.
the email.
see
They
your
can come
mission.
see you at your
Email.
location where you guys are at.
Okay. All right. You guys got a pencil because this is a long email, and you've got to get the 3 dots. You ready?
All right.
Okay, so it's D.LOWTHER at Perception Tucson, all one word, PERCEPTION on Microsoft.com. I know we need to shorten that, but we're probably going to go.
Yeah.
We'd like to go. Should I do that again?
You can
Louder.
repeat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
D.Lowther at Perception Tucson on Microsoft.com. You've got to get those 3 dots in there.
Any social media websites people can go and see what your programming is about?
Our website is under construction. We
Okay.
are piloting a new program for the
Okay.
on-site. So that should be available probably 30 to 60 days. We should have that website up. And that would be perceptioncounseling.com.
Okay.
Address?
1213 East Warehouse Avenue, 85719. That's Tucson, Arizona.
520-623-7077.
Yes, that's it.
All right. Well,
Yes.
we'd like to thank you for coming, Deb, and we're proud of you for the work that you're doing. And I like to see there's a great alignment of what you're doing, what we're doing, and there's power in collaboration.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a big believer. If you want to go anywhere fast, go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, we got to go together. And so
Right.
let's work on continue to figure out how to do that. We got a fundraiser coming up, and I would love for you and your organization
Oh,
to be looking to get a
absolutely.
table for us.
I would
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll be there. I'll
Okay,
be there.
okay.
Yes,
You sound
I
like
would love
Jackson
that.
5. Ah.
Yes, I'll be there. Oh, it's my favorite song. It's like, I'll be there in the
It's
morning.
called mine. I'll be there.
Come
All
on.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so Deb, we're gonna hold you to that. We do have a fundraiser coming up in a matter of a few months. We'd like to get your information and love for you if you can get a table to help us carry out our mission to help our brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
all
thank
right.
you.
All right.
If I wanted to mention also, Bert Jones was instrumental in helping us with the housing, and he's been a trooper. He stood beside us all the way, and I just wanted to mention him.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Really, the house that we're getting is a family. His family wants to work on this project, so they're kind of holding up for us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That he's doing that. One more thing, really quickly. Well, no, let's not. That's okay. Well, maybe we'll save it for next time.
All right, we're happy to come back. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and we're just glad that you're able to stop in and be with the Fresh Start family. And we're looking forward to bringing you back. So most definitely we'll be having you come back because
Yes,
I most
ma'am.
definitely want to
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
more about what you're seeing on the mental health side of our brothers and sisters. So again, Deb, thank you so kindly for being with us.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Tom, let's give us our shout out. What's going on?
Man, Rally for Reentry, July 23rd from 10 a.m. to noon at the Amethyst Room at Pima Community College on Speedway, Midtown. The Second Chance Job and Resource Fair, Fresh Start will be there to help you with your paperwork for October. Is on August 7th. It will be from 1 to 4 in the afternoon at the TCC. And man, come on out there and let's get ready for October when we can change your life and change your future, and not just yours, everybody behind you. Come get a fresh start.
Come on and get a
Yeah.
fresh start. Again, we thank Deb for being with us on today. Go and take advantage of the second chance opportunity. We're here every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. where we believe that everybody deserves a new beginning. Have a blessed weekend.